This was the first time the man ever cried, because in that moment he was utterly desperate. At just 8 years old, he lost both of his parents and was left with nothing. When he grew up, he joined an underground fight club just to make ends meet, but in the end, a single punch accidentally killed a social media influencer. The influencer's family blamed him completely. Jason was crushed with guilt. He took every insult they hurled at him. When he got home, he discovered that his pregnant wife had been murdered. Even the neighbors who had taken him in weren't spared. This completely shattered Jason's mental defenses in an instant. Instead of seeking revenge on the killer inside his house, he collapsed in despair and knelt before them. The killer was the son of a mob boss. He had murdered Jason's family because Jason's victory over the influencer had cost the mob boss millions of dollars. So the mob boss sent his son to settle the score. At that moment, Jason felt his heart die inside. He had no hope left. He wanted the mob boss's son to end his misery, but the son of the mob boss didn't find that entertaining. To crush him completely, he mocked Jason's life and forced him to live on, drowning in guilt without his family. Jason wandered the streets. The day before, he had helped refugees. The next day, he found out they had all been killed. This weighed heavily on him. He drifted through the streets aimlessly. Even when homeless people insulted him, he said nothing, yet they just wouldn't stop messing with him. He went into a store to buy something, only to realize his wallet had been stolen, and the thief was one of the same homeless people who had insulted him. The cashier saw he had no money and immediately tried to kick him out. Jason could only laugh bitterly at his situation, but the people around him showed no sympathy. They pushed him out ruthlessly. The police arrived and arrested him, and the officer who cuffed him was his old enemy. Seizing the opportunity for revenge, his enemy called in colleagues and they beat Jason badly. Jason understood the intention behind it but didn't fight back. Then his enemy mocked him for being weak and cowardly. This time Jason couldn't hold it in any longer. He decided to end his miserable life by jumping in front of a subway train, but then he noticed a young woman running from danger. Jason immediately realized she was in trouble. He watched as she and the mobsters boarded the subway. His kind heart refused to let her be harmed, but the doors closed before he could get on, so Jason jumped onto the train from the outside, climbing. At the perfect moment, he leapt to the connecting section and made it inside. The subway car saw the mobsters chasing the young woman and he rushed to her as fast as he could. This time Jason didn't hold back the pain he had been carrying inside.